Hi, I'm Matthew of B Machines. I'm here today to talk to you about the new S40 Suprema, which is a nice model you can see in front of us. This is actually the first one of its kind, tall two group in the country. So we're just going to give it a quick review and tell you guys what it's all about. So essentially, if we start sort of on the top right of the machine, work across. The panels have got a nice rubber sort of finish to them. Moving across, we've got the standard Spaziale lever steam here. So the benefit of this, obviously, if you're foaming milk, just quickly grab a jug. If we're foaming milk, you can turn it on and flick it off. So if you've got people who are just learning how to make coffee, the benefit of this is that what you find if you're training people, so if I'm training someone, what you find is they will always be terrified of foaming milk. So what they do is they do it at arm's length. They keep one hand on the jug, one hand on here because they're terrified and they want to turn it off. So I mean, the first sort of things you do, the first thing I do is say, look, you don't need to be scared of the steam. Once you've got them past that, you've still got the problem that they might feel that they need to keep the hand on here. Now what you find with lever steam is you don't get that because they have the confidence to know they just lift the hand and they've turned it on or turned it off respectively. So that is essentially what the benefit of having lever steam is. Now what you probably also notice is I move that with my hand. Now normally I would have, you can see I haven't got any scarring showing up on my hand, and that's because you've got a cool touch on these steam arms with a nice little you can touch badge there on the side. We've got our menu coming across here, so I can increase my boiler temperature like so. Now the benefit of that is that will actually change the temperature in the boiler, which then will change the temperature at the group head. Now, the benefit that a Spaziale has over other machines is their patent, which is steam controlled heat exchange. If you want to know a bit more about that, then please do speak to one of my colleagues. Cup warmer, you can turn your cup warmer on and you can turn it off. Sometimes on a standard machine, what you've got is the issue where you've got essentially, if you don't have a cup warmer that gives you the exact temperature all over, the heat up here is very much dependent on what's going on inside the machine. How many coffees is it doing? Is it just being turned on, etc., etc. So this gives you a nice consistent temperature, but if you wanted to conserve a bit of electricity, you can turn it off. We've got a boost function that will kick in as well when the machine's being pushed really hard. It will automatically boost its settings to give you higher capacity and better performance. Okay, so in your hot water, you've got your control here. What's the benefit there? Well, if I'm putting my coffee in, like so, and then I want to drop a consistent amount of water, we can do it that way around and do water first, coffee second. So basically, that will allow me to get the same portion of water to go with the same sort of portion of coffee. So for you to keep and maintain customers and keep them coming in and maintain that high revenue that and profit that the coffee machine provides you with, this is a really important feature. Okay, so moving on to the buttons, it's just mainly standard stuff this. Single espresso, single long, double espresso, double long. Okay, so we will calibrate obviously these buttons up for you when we come in, and the engineers will set all of these functions up. Our engineers are coffee barista trained and not just technical guys, so they do know how the things relate to the coffee. And if you're buying coffee off us, because obviously we roast coffee, we will also be able to advise you on the correct temperatures to have it set up to get the best out of the coffee. Generally speaking, lower temperature, more sweeter notes come out of the coffee. Higher temperature, you're going to get your more astringent notes coming through. And every coffee has its sweet spot really, so it's a case of trying to pinpoint where that is. We've got your flip down trays here for if you're doing standard height, because obviously this is a takeaway machine, allowing you to get the takeaway cup underneath. And then you've obviously got the same on the other side. Machine does also do an automatic clean as well, so you've got back flushing on there as well. Okay, so we've got a little boiler level indicator in here. Useful when the machine starts to get older. You wouldn't want it to be useful at the beginning of its life, but certainly later on, it helps you to identify issues on the machine over the phone, so that engineers can be better prepared before they come to site. This is obviously their second to top machine. We'll just quickly foam a milk for you so you can see how well it does foam milk. show it up to the screen so you can see the quality of milk that you're getting there. Okay, so we just switched places. Andy's one of our baristas, so he's going to make the coffee. So he's putting the coffee cup underneath there. You'll notice also that the timer's now counting down from above, so it's giving us a readout of the extraction time for the coffee. You can see the good espresso. Let's just finish the milk foaming. Okay, so yeah, the S40 Suprema. If you want to know any more about the intricate details, the packages that are available, obviously with the grinder that you can see to the side at the moment as well, a number of grinders available, and obviously the barista pack and everything else with the filters and so on to go with the machine. And of course, most importantly, your support to make sure if you've got anything wrong with the machine that someone is out quickly. Thanks for listening. If you've got any other questions, please do contact one of our helpful team.